Hey everybody, this is Perch, and we've got a brand new X-Men title. Now, put down the torches. It's a one-shot. It's just one issue, and it is basically tying into the Hellfire Gala, and this is scheduled for June 16th. We're getting June solicitations soon, which are going to be a lot of X content and X excitement. But this specific issue is called, and I'm not making this up, Planet-Sized X-Men. Planet-sized. So just all right. Okay, so we're learning a little bit more about this Hellfire Gala that is going on, and this is pretty much like I've mentioned in other videos. This is intended to be a very similar. Do you remember when Dawn of X, when Professor Xavier got shot, and for 1 month, but it didn't quite work out that way because Marvel was double shipping these titles like mad, and you had just ludicrous amounts of comics going out the door with no clear schedule in mind. No, I'm sorry. I'm sure there was a very clear plan behind all this, but this is why people always think I'm negative about this stuff. Look, just having a reasonable shipping schedule, is it that hard? It can't be that hard. But basically, for 1 month, Professor Xavier had been shot, and then he got resurrected right away, and everything was fine. But this is similar. So in the month of June, the Hellfire Gala, which is a party/mutant prom dinner, the citizens of Krakoa will come together to announce the new demographically elected X-Men team and the new era of mutant kind. They're having a dinner party because that's what people do. Again, I'm reminded of the monkey's paw joke that I made a while back, where we could have like dinner of X, and it was a dinner party story, and this was like a month before Hellfire Gala was announced. No, I don't think I influenced things in the slightest, but my sarcastic idea was just too on the nose. But anyway, this Reign of X ongoing title, Planet-Sized X-Men, will be written by Gerry Duggan and artist Pepe Larraz, so a team that is not unfamiliar to the X universe. It's kind of a mini summer event. And basically, and this is an interesting line, 12 titles, 12 stories, all focused on a single night that will go down in Marvel Comics history. All right, what does that mean? Is this an anthology? No, they're literally talking about 12 titles because that's how many ongoing books we have. Well, we have 11 technically in the X universe right now. So specifically, that's X-Men, Excalibur, X-Force, Cable, Marauders, Wolverine, Children of the Atom, X-Corp, Way of X, Wave 10, I don't know, New Mutants, and Hellions. And then this Planet-Sized X-Men issue will comprise the 12 issues that make up this mini event. Now, at this point, I'd also like to point out that Fall of the Mutants, one of the most celebrated X-Men titles of all time, it's one I want to do a retrospective on with Joe at some point. That's one of my favorite X storylines, X crossovers. That was 9 issues. The Extinction Agenda was 9 issues. We're talking 12 issues in 1 month for this special Hellfire Gala dinner party. Yeah, just again, for your own mental comparison. If you love the X-Men titles, it's a hell of a time to be alive, I guess. Well, I should actually be more specific. If you love the current X-Men titles, it's a hell of a way to be alive. Hell of a time to be alive? There you go. This is basically the synopsis says that this June, the Hellfire Trading Company invites readers everywhere at the low price of $4.99, to the inaugural Hellfire Gala to announce the first team of Krakoan X-Men to the world and reveal the startling plans that mutant kind has in store for the Marvel Universe, reads Marvel announcement of Planet-Sized X-Men. Okay. Okay, Pepe Larraz is a great talent. Gerry Duggan, if you're liking the current X world, he is very much right in the middle of that and doing comics. So it will feel very, very much organic. The thing I always hate, I stumbled by getting out how I wanted to say this. I always hate when they do these kinds of things and they bring in some random artist from left field, and it's like, you have a creative team that is doing this day in and day out. Why don't you use somebody from the creative team? So Gerry Duggan, Pepe Larraz, good. That sounds good. We are supposed to get cover reveals, costume designs, because there's going to be some fashion runway aspect to this. It's kind of like the X-Men's Oscars, I guess. But this is a major turning point in the saga of the X-Men will begin. Okay. Jordan White says this is the most important issue of the month. Pepe is the star of the X-Line. That's kind of a bitch way to talk about the other people who are doing that stuff. Anyway, Jordan White states that you cannot miss this issue. So presumably this is either the first or last issue in this summer month Hellfire Gala. I'm wondering if they're putting labeling on it. We aren't sure. But Gerry Duggan, who does write Marauders and is writing Cable, of course, Cable is getting canceled, is drawing this, and we will see what it all happens to be. There, lots of speculation. The news sites are speculating that this is about making Krakoa its own planet, a mutant homeworld of sorts. And this was something that Rick Remender kind of had intended to do. And we've had different things, but I don't think that's it at all. I think literally we're making kind of a joke on the giant-sized, in this case, the mutants' plan for the whole planet of Earth. So this is planet-size, planet plan of X-Men. So, could there be a Planet X? I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, this is June 16th, and this is the plans of Marvel and the X-Men with the Hellfire Gala. So if you're keeping track about Marvel in general, then we're looking at basically June is about Hellfire Gala stuff, and it's also about Heroes Reborn. Over there, the Marvel alt universe where the Squadron Supreme are the official superhero team. X-Men doesn't seem to be tying into that very much, although it feels very likely we're going to get a Marauders Heroes Reborn or Excalibur Heroes Reborn or something Heroes Reborn. I'd be surprised if they keep it completely separate, because Marvel never met a one shot or a crossover limited series they didn't like, and it seems like it's right there for them. I don't know. Where do we go from here? At some point, where the X-Men line is concerned, I've given my feelings on the book before, and it always gets those videos get downvoted because people get really pissy, no matter how even of the road it happens to go. I am anxious for X-Men to get to the next act, I guess, is the best, most politest way I can put it. They've been doing a lot of world building, but there's been a lot of just hanging out on the island, having vacation, going to the bar, hanging out at the bar, having a party, which all seem to center around sparklers and campfires. I'm anxious for kind of the threat to begin, because at least for me, the X-Men was at its best when there was a kind of, unstoppable threat. There was some huge looming problem that they had to overcome. This was the basis behind a good part of the Claremont run. In different times, the X-Men were under fire. And Hickman teased us with it. I think that's one of the reasons why House of X Powers of 10 did so well, is because it was kind of reinforcing this idea that the odds are stacked against the X-Men. We'd seen them on Asteroid M Island. We've seen them be buddies with people in San Francisco. We've seen lots of different versions of the X-Men. We've seen them living in Central Park in a mansion that teleported there for strange reasons. But we haven't gone back to seeing the real threat. So when Hickman first kind of laid out his stuff, it seemed very threatening. And you also notice that the times where people seem to get most excited, and when I say people, I mean just kind of general people. I know plenty of people on Twitter who love. I mean, they could not get enough. You could publish an issue every month of people hanging out at the Blob's bar, and they would be happy. But generally speaking, the stuff that sells better, the stuff that people seem most excited about, is when there's some looming threat. It's like, oh, Nimrod's coming, and that could be bad. Oh, the humans are cooking up some kind of new Sentinel program. What's going on over there? Or, hey, this Children of the Vault thing seems pretty threatening. It's why there was this kind of big collective letdown, I think, in some cases for the latest issue, which was promising to follow up on the X-Men going into the Children of the Vault, and they did follow up, but then they, the comic didn't end. It just they're like, we went down the elevator and now there's some bad guys here, and this isn't good, and to be continued. And it's like, come on, get to the part where everything's threatening. But hey, if they can make money off of it, more power to them. There are definitely people who are super excited. I mentioned earlier, and I got a pretty nasty mail from somebody saying I was making fun of Cable getting canceled. Quite the opposite. No, I'm not. I don't think it's good when titles get canceled. I think that, but they do if you don't have sales. So, that would probably be a good thing. So speaking of sales, are you buying this planet-sized X-Men #1, Gerry Duggan, Pepe Larraz? promising to be the biggest issue of the month, says Jordan White. Is it the biggest issue of the month? Is it the planet-sized issue of the month? Are you in for it? Are you buying it? Are you excited about the Hellfire Gala and the dinner party and the new costumes and all that kind of stuff? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts, your opinions. If you're in, if you're out, what are you buying? What do you like? But there's your news. We do not have a price tag on this, so we'll find out about that soon. It's planet-sized, so, it's got to be like $60, right? I mean, it's got to be expensive. Also, by the way, it's on the thing, the logo for the Hellfire Gala, the text. I've been very impressed with a lot of the design for X-Men and kind of the typography and other things they've used. But here it looks like somebody just picked, Helvetica and did the little, the curve in Photoshop and called it a day. It's remarkably, I don't know, what happened? Did somebody not pay for the font? These are the things I noticed. Thanks for listening.